It was a lovely introduction, and thank you for inviting me to perform here. Like I said, I've been very ensconced in theatre for the last sort of 5 or 6 years and sort of mooching my way back into poetry this year, and it's been wonderful, and this is a lovely gig that I've so enjoyed coming to. So yeah, it's always a privilege, I think, to read work aloud to groups of people, and I've got some newish stuff here to share, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm just going to get it out here. This first poem is kind of about poetry, so I thought that might be a nice way to sort of open up and break the ice, given that the gig's called Poetryspective and we're all here because we love poetry. So this is called Vertigo. I was on a panel with a nice guy. He talked about how he came to poetry years ago, read some, thought, hey, I like that, I'm going to be a poet. Worked hard and now he is. How my chest gaped at the muscular bell of his ambition, whereas I leaped backwards into a thumping party, silence suddenly, daylight, the nerves of birds. I don't belong here. How much is personality, biology, conditioning? Get over yourself. Bootstraps, hard skin, just do it. The wound is the inquiry. Tongue poke, tooth rot, pick, scab, press, bruise, furtive shame. Stop that, who said you could? Poetry is soil cubby, finger mining, bone memory, dog ear prick, that ride at the show, sweet Molly leaning across, Dad, is Emilie okay? Me hanging on, lips green with strain. Niagara Falls, wet face, soundless shout. Long walk, bare feet, mid-north coast. Teenage boys, slick, glisten body surfing. Out here, in formation. Oh my God, they're dolphins. They're dolphins. You were alone on the shore that day. The wonder, was it even real, hovers bright and sea mist in your memory. Now, because I'm a local, I live in West Footscray, I've got a couple of poems that have a little bit of a local feel. This one's called Friday Night at Jimmy Wong's. Friday night at Jimmy Wong's. No food at home, so I've stopped at Jimmy Wong's in the fluoro waiting area with my book. Slowly hacking my way through a great American novel, it's full of baseball metaphors I don't understand. 3 cops walk into the Chinese restaurant. Not a joke, it's just what happens. 3 cops, 3 guns. I wonder briefly what would happen if I tried to grab one. Then the guy appears with my food, asks if I need a fork. Have a nice night, yeah? And because he says it with a question mark, I believe he really cares. I get home and all I want to do is watch So You Think You Can Dance. A skinny girl dances in a white dress and Lady Gaga is judging with blue hair. Her body is fierce like a bird. She leaps from her seat at the end of the dance. I love you, she cries, and the dancer is so happy. Lady Gaga has tears in her eyes. I eat my combination special fried rice, mute the sound during ad breaks. The street outside is quiet, full of parked cars dreaming. I ambitiously wore my big, thick coat up here and I'm getting quite hot, so I'm going to take it off. A whole different kind of show. Okay. This poem is called Where We Live. A woman hidden under bulging flesh and sallow skin sprawls in the Westpac ATM alcove, barks out her mantra. Got any money? When I lived in India, I had a policy of giving money to 3 people each day. This is Footscray. Her horizontal pragmatism does not invite conversation, and I don't think she's interested in attending any community storytelling workshops. In the shared back paddock behind our house, there is a tree planting invitation. Everyone welcome. I wonder. The morning of the tree planting, jackhammers blast me from sleep at 6 a.m. busting up bluestone to widen the streets. Not sure why this makes me sad. It's not as if I laid it. It just seems like a violent kind of beautification. This one's called Suburban Murmurs, a quiet word. We slip on the words that have fallen. Quiet words. Are you coming home? Eaten by dust mites, caught in hairs around the sink, tap dripping words. I don't know how to change your washer. His fingers, fat pencil stubs, nails ridged like corrugated perspex. These are not words that want to be shouted. What did I do wrong? They stick to teeth and hurt to chew on, best swallowed with a stiff something, words that tap on the window at night. Do you feel safe alone in there? Sleep with lights on, sleep with eyes open, sleep with mouth closed. Doesn't matter, they keep slipping out. Who will look after us when we are old? Words you are ashamed of, the quiet words you want to go unnoticed. Talk instead about things, shiny things. I deserve a new toaster. These stilettos are on special. Honey blonde suits my face. In the meantime, the quiet words wait. One day they fall from your mouth unexpected, tumble like baby teeth, and it won't hurt as much as you think. I've got one more kind of suburban-y one, and then I've got another little thematic one to sort of move into. This is called Pulling at Wisdom. The television tells me there is a new way to shop. Donuts are bad for my teeth. A boy in a wheelchair is only pretending to need a wheelchair, but this doesn't mean he can't sing. Smiling children are happier once there is running water in their village. What the television is saying may not be true, but this doesn't mean I don't believe it. Imagine getting a new Apple iPad today. I don't want an Apple iPad, but that doesn't mean I can't get one. We watch reruns of repeats and record episodes of shows we used to love. I made Jeannie's bottle in my bedroom while he jumped off the roof. I had 2 wisdom teeth left and now they are gone. Blood pools in my mouth and codeine makes me sick. I lie for hours on the couch. The fat people want to be thin and the thin people want to be superstars. We can all have what we want if we want it enough. I know that soon the itching will start, my tongue will seek the smooth gaps left where rotting teeth used to be. Has wisdom left me, or is it about to come flooding in? Outside this room it all carries on. We don't have enough money and I blew the stepmum thing big time. It's one night among nights when the drugs almost work, swinging between what hurts and what numbs. What if all the happy stories could be true? So given the theme of tonight and Matt reading some of Kavati's works and then Paul reading some from the Odyssey before, I've got a couple of things I'm working on that either draw on or aim to sort of reinterpret some Greek myths and some other kind of myths. So I thought it'd be good to kind of fitting to share a few of those with you tonight. So this first one is a suite of 3 fragments, I suppose. They're not all directly related to each other, but they're all riffing on the theme of Penelope, who we heard about in Paul's reading there. So Penelope is Odysseus' wife, so she's stuck at home for 20 years while he goes off to fight the war, then he takes a long time to get home. And I'm sort of, just at the start of playing around with reimagining Penelope in sort of contemporary settings and just trying to sort of, reimagine some of her thematic material. So yeah, I've got a couple and I'll just do them all one after the other. What did Penelope think she was getting into? This was in the days when they wrote and kept love letters, sitting up late on a Sunday night, her hand cramped and that tight feeling in her gut as she paused over his last week's missive. I'm so distracted from work, wonder what that could be. And she writes back sweetly about weather and work and family. Her mother's stern mouth and taciturn, fast-footed father, all daughter love but wrapped up in his own racing ambition, nothing has prepared her for this. Such hot male flame, such intense blue gaze. My dear, my darling, I love you, I miss you so much. He is away for work. Men living, long drive travel, back for the occasional weekend while she steadies daily her job in the city. What's that thing about distance and the heart? He is exciting, and that tang of something bitter blood metal. She can taste his kiss and rough rash drag when she brushes his cheek. They are flavours she is sure she can tame. He loves her, that hot blue flame. Penelope waits. You hang in there. It's his job. You don't complain. Don't be one of those wives. Be grateful. Look at this place. The cool floors, room after room, and staff to swish, swish. Keep them tidy. And that bed, a tree in your bedroom. Remember when it came? A tree house for us, my darling, a place to dream and play and fuck. He forgot to say that. But he always did fail to talk straight when he was being romantic. I'll miss you so much. I'll ache for you every day. I won't have time to write a lot. You know how these jobs are. But know I am thinking of you every night as you lie in our treehouse dream, waiting for me. Thank you. And this is the third and final of my little Penelope suite. This is called Penelope Takes Matters into Her Own Hands. Hey, welcome to new followers. Penelope is watching. Shoot me tokens if you like, but I don't mind if you watch for free. Her throat stings with saliva, tabs lined up across the mint green screen margin. Girls plus boys, cycle through again. Hi, nice to see you back. Yes, I do private rooms, thank you, that's sweet. They didn't talk about this, her and O, and nothing was in the marriage contract. It's almost expected that he will seek comfort in the folds of strangers while he's gone. What red-blooded man wouldn't? Yeah, I'm sweaty. It's really warm here, summer, the nights are still hot. She has not yet made the leap to paying for flesh on flesh. A finger slipped inside, sweet hardening nipple, the startling slap of her own skin against another. Thank you, that's nice. So she watches, weaving her desire through the bedrooms of strangers, imagining each one means it when they look deep into her eyes and say, hi, nice to see you here. Fine-tuning of her own fingertip, learning when to tease, when to pluck, the salty rush of letting go. She's not sure when the idea first drops, smooth and round like a pearl. What would it be like to turn the camera on herself? Collect a suite of hungry eyes and tapping finger suitors. Thank you, that's kind. Once it arrives, the thought, it stays, turning over and over, warm as blood. She has been surprised by her own antisocial tendencies, what with O away up to 6 months each time. Her circles are fractured. Mothers group too far in the past. Other school parents have a rubber camaraderie she's not been able to penetrate. Her own friends disparate and most of them relocated. None of them liked O anyway, said he was too macho, which, she must admit, is one of the things that drew her to him. Telly doesn't need her anymore, he comes and goes. On occasion he has a sweet smile and lingers in a rare embrace. She can smell the boy in him and grieves like all mothers do, but is also awed by the man he is becoming. How did she make a human of that size and strength? She tends to rumination. This is why the project takes hold, a way to occupy her mind. And once she starts, she learns she has a knack. She learns she likes being looked at. She learns that she has power, and she likes it. Thanks. Okay, another character I'm really interested in, I've actually written her into, I wrote her in a big way into a play last year and have always been fascinated by, is Cassandra, who among other things, was given the gift of prophecy, but then also cursed with the fact that no one would ever believe her prophecies. So, yeah. So she makes just a very small appearance in this one, which is kind of thematically about some other things. Some of the text in this poem is taken from an ABC news story called The Watch House Files, which was published online and on television a couple of months ago about children in detention. And some of the text is taken or adapted from MasterChef. So hopefully you'll kind of see how they are tried to weave them together. Anyway, we'll see. It's called Birdsong. On television, Nigella says her last dish on earth would be a roast chicken dinner. In detention, this girl spent 9 days alone in an observation cell. What makes a perfect roast chicken, the contestants ask. It has to have golden skin, in fact almost bronze. The girl requested shampoo and conditioner as she had long hair and hadn't been able to wash it for 9 days. You have to cook those legs and those breasts perfectly. Keep it luscious, otherwise it's not a treat. This boy had been held alone for 23 days. The white skin has to be juicy until it's melting in your mouth, until it's overwhelmingly moist. He was worried about his birthday being forgotten. The average chicken used to weigh 1 kilogram and live for 10 years. This boy said his feet were cold and sore and asked for shoes or socks. He said he would like to be able to brush. Now millions die at 10 weeks old, heave 5 kilos of flesh in bursting pens until they're perfect, plump for his teeth, and have a shower at night, and he also requested more food. I'm anxious about the chicken, one contestant says, but I feel good about my sides. He was given only one meal. There is a phrase in Greek, Cassandra's warning lament, O to toi. One boy had been shackled, a girl given tranquilizer, another boy deemed unfit to plead with cognitive functioning younger than a 6-year-old. If we can't understand what they're saying, how can we help? A direct translation of Cassandra's words is hard to pin, but those who heard the cry named it as her warning birdsong. Please believe us, something is wrong. He was very ill and wanted to see a doctor. He had been given cream from a nurse. The judges licked their lips, anticipating juicy outcomes. He was wearing, the carrots are beautiful and bright, the potatoes are golden and crunchy, a suicide smock. And the chicken, it's pure pleasure on a plate. Thanks. So, I've just got one more. And it's another kind of mythical sort of adaptation, but this time from Norse mythology. Yay! So hopefully it'll kind of explain itself as the poem goes. Yeah, it's called After He Left. The Norse story goes that the mead of poetry was kept in a giant's cave and guarded by his daughter Gunnlod. And one day Odin decided he wanted it. And so he went, talked pretty to the girl, a whirlwind 3-night hookup, and by all accounts the sex was good. He got the mead and that was that. But I couldn't help wondering, what did she do when he left? Was there a warm trickle to wipe away or leave to dry sticky in the cool cave air? Did he say, I'll see you around? And did she know in her still damp skin and pulsing cunt that he wouldn't? And was she scared? Of the moment her father would come home and find what she had done, what she had lost? Would she try to keep it secret, cover it up? And does every girl have a story about something that was stolen or given? Versions diverge as to whether Odin tricked Gunnlod or if she passed the mead willingly, handing him the essence of poetry, which he promised to sip, but drained in short, deep gulps and ran, filled with glory, back to his home with the gods. Was yours behind a shelter shed, where he said to meet him for a kiss? You got there to find a gang of them. To say no would have been churlish, all they wanted was a look. Or in the back of a car, breathless with ecstasy, the thrill of touch, not caring when he dropped you off that you never got his name. Did you wake dazed in a single bed, a figure heaving above you, and you know him, in fact it's your boyfriend, so it can't be rape, but you can't remember getting from the club to here, can't remember anything after that first drink. Or was yours the worst kind? Did it not just leave you speechless, but bloodied, bruised, or dead? How did Gunlod tell her tale? Did she lick that cup for final drops, chase words on her tongue? Did she wonder why she'd only got to mind it? Why hadn't it been hers to own, to drink, to inherit? And you, how did you find language for it? The sweet urge, the sharp shock, the lingering tender, the of it all, unsure, what happened unuttered. All you know is he was there, you were there, bodies pressed, some pain, a sense of fullness, and then he was gone. Later you might hear him talk about what a good sport you were or what great tits you have. Maybe he'd write a pop song, an epic poem, a hit TV series about a certain kind of woman, and you wouldn't know why you sat crying, salt in your mouth, skin red from slapping your chest, your heart too hard. Why are you so hopeless and can't say what you mean? Stand up for yourself, never get the words out. As for what Gunlod did in the years that followed, who knows? She had a son by Odin, so the story goes, who went to live with his father and became the god of poetry. Did she visit him? Did she find love again, raise a brood, live as a recluse? I wonder if the taste of mead lingered and if in quiet moments her tongue flickered over what could have been, the of it all, how it happened, if it mattered, if any of them do, those tales with quiet and inglorious endings. What's certain is no matter what was taken, what was lost, she was whole-voiced and full-bodied, and her story did not stop when he ran. Thank you.